every single day. We decided to share our experiences in our podcast. This is our podcast studio, and we record every week after 10 p.m. after the baby falls asleep. Our podcast is called Got Creeps, and we just chat about anything true crime, anything paranormal, and anything that has to do with anything creepy. And I started hearing static. It's loud. Can you hear it?
Since 1970, the North Shore has proudly served St. Tammany Parish as a certifiably cooked business. With over 50 years of experience, we know how to keep the homes comfortable. Right now, enjoy up to $3,000 off select new HVAC systems or 0% financing for up to 72 months. Second opinions and premium home consultations to help you make the best decision. Go ahead.
Oh, that's up. It's a Minecraft, huh?
It's stupid. It's everywhere. It's not only static, but it sounded like there was a voice in there. Do you hear it? I checked on my laptop how the sound was picking up, and the static wasn't picking up on my soundboard. The voice that I was hearing wasn't getting picked up either. The only thing that was getting picked up was me talking.
When she told me I wanted to be there, I didn't try to, diffuse it in any way. I was like, okay, so what do we see about this?
They don't die in the world skeptics. They all see that power language. Knowledge is invisible. Becomes a John and Leilani happened to move into a house that happened to be in the vicinity of one of the unknown the paranormal activity seemed pretty generic at first, but as time has gone on, it seems at work, and I get to work editing the episode that we had just recorded when I start hearing the static and distortion as well. The biggest thing unusual about it is that I didn't see it while we were recording, but underneath all the static, it did sound like a voice. I thought it was like this weird, heavy feeling that somebody pushed
pushing up against me. I was taking the baby home. When I turn around, nobody was there. My daughter starts screaming and crying. So I get up and I check. And the swing starts moving and tearing like crazy. I'm trying to, press the buttons to turn it off, but nothing was working. That's when I was more scared than I've been at the time, because that's my baby. I couldn't get it to stop, so the only thing that I thought to do was unplug the entire thing. It play stayed on, and I couldn't explain that. Speed it down. Lonnie and the baby gone out shopping. I went down to the baby. I checked, and I just wanted to be, and I even went as far as trying to survive as well. But I explained it something Now I thought it was like Lonnie because she scared. But the woman that I saw was wearing black. This is when everything started to click in my mind that these instances were not just one-offs. Were all connected in some sort of way. I started feeling like this could be connected to something that had happened to me years ago when I was still in high school. Part of memory that I'm trying to fix.
Do we need help, just like State Farm? Clear the skin that lasts. When you look at your blocks as they glue as tall as they gone, switch them to the key symptoms that I see. Do not take it allergic to demo galaxy or statue. Common side effects are headache, joint pain, palates, muscle pain. Ask about them next year.
And tolerance no compromises can be compromising.
You just stop this?
Yeah, even had a few screws left over.
That's just so nice.
At Equator, it's leaving you drowning in regret. Form is compromising farmers, quality, and safety. Hey, Fresco.
to just have one last and just go and do something crazy. And in my house, there was this abandoned farmhouse that was in there for years. Everybody was closing this town. Views of this house was this whole haunted abandoned. Don't be scared. It's gonna be fun. Okay, bye. Started having this uneasy feeling, and we heard creaks that sounded like
Maybe mad a little bit.
Why she was the chief?
we were all together. So
He has three stars. This was my follower count. Oh man, this actually works. Here's what your main Fortnite skin. Why you tell me about the bridge? I just in the class before I got high. Y'all take it.
Everything I get to Your son just said he's lost the principal.
I was just saying.
So what?
Yeah, like, was it for me?
His friends. And he was kind of bummed out when everything around and meeting everyone. The entity may be following him because it seems like it's
Spirits don't necessarily know. So it may be that she's been biding her time. Now that the time suits her, she imagined that she's ready
experience the figure in the apartment. And to this day, it is still not written. We have tried to hunt it, and it doesn't seem to stick with it. People may, once hearing the story, tell us to just, but I don't think it's
I'm doing what I can to the best of my abilities and what I know how to do. We have crystals, and we stage the house regularly for protection.
we love technology.
If this woman in black referred to this week's anyway, that's when I can use it to me and find something that will make this stop. But the good thing is it hasn't gotten to that point yet. I just like whatever this is to just finally leave us alone.
I don't know what will solve it. Living with thyroid eye disease for years, I didn't realize how much bulging eyes we had. When my eyes flew out, it was incredibly bright. Then, my doctor recommended Tepezza. The doctor said I was prescribed Tepezza for over 5 years. No matter how long they had taken it, Tepezza can cause a reaction. Tell your doctor right away. Blood pressure, fast heartbeat, redness of the face or feeling hot, difficulty breathing.
Sephora?
How bad is it?
If there's one thing that I'm good at, it's
Touch the arm of a unborn baby. Now, when I look in the mirror, I just see me. Your doctor about Tepezza and visit Tepezza.com to see clinical study results. All new kids collection.
They said, like, hey, give your joy. And open and give open surprise. Like 2015, Brandon is just outside of Tampa. I was burned out from the rat race. So I came here looking for a new start. I fell in love with the area right away. Well, I'm a personal hypnotherapist. And this is the building where I rented my office. It was quiet, it was affordable, perfect, but I was dead wrong. And you're delving into the realm where there is a thin veil or doorway that's opened into the spiritual realm. So I was really fascinated by what happened here. I just massage therapists, and counselors. So I felt like I fit in with the building. Full of it. It's so much consciousness, so much story, of trauma. We have everything from civil wars, we have plantations, we have prisons. So this really creates a hotbed for paranormal activity. That want to be seen, that want to be heard, that want their stories to be told. Although this is a building with other tenants, they just didn't seem to be here very often. I was the only one here a lot of the time. When I first came into the building, I noticed it was really, really dark on the inside. But the air was thicker, even when there's lights in here. Even when they like this always would swallow the light. I couldn't shake the feeling of heaviness and dread, and it just seemed to be getting worse. I did ask the landlord about the building, and he said that it had been a house when he purchased it and he renovated it.
Connie's building was actually built in the 1950s. However, in the 90s, it was converted for commercial use. What people don't realize that land and property has so much history. So maybe there's something from the past.
I was trying to ignore the darkness that I was feeling in the building, but that didn't quite work out.
Hello?
Started hearing drums. It was kind of like it was scratching on the inside of the wall. Here out of the street. phone calls, business line. They would just not say anything. And I would just feel like I was being watched.
But working on a baby's life time, Connie is being just urgent. She's working and sleeping alone. So Connie has considered
Here, they all could point to a paranormal phenomena that's happening. But first, we also have to rule out that it could be a become stronger.
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
Showing my rent.
Oh, damn. Now I see it. Now I see it.
Stop and say stop.
Where'd you put the ham? I want to make a sandwich. It's in the fridge behind my cheeks. Why are your cheeks in there? And I think I'm not hungry anymore. Behind my cheese, not cheeks. Thank goodness. I thought I was about to eat butt ham. I freaking boiled my pants. Why? No, I boiled. Yeah, you said that. It's weird. It's the first time you told me. I soiled my pants. Oh. There's pee-pee in my pants, Joe.
Have you ever wondered what
No one tells me what to do. When I'm at my kids' events, I'm just dad, and so I have to.
So over here, it's dark. At night, it's
I have to draw a line, and I do. And I started this years ago with if I'm with my family, absolutely not. I don't take any pictures, and I'm sorry for that. And I appreciate all the fans that have followed me over the years. I'm a human being, and I'm a dad, and I'm a husband, and my kids deserve my full attention when I can give it to them. So, and people are good. There's a lot of there. It's maybe one out of a million, like that. They're not cool, but they understand, and I'm so gracious for the people to follow me, but yeah, I don't want to be dehumanized either. You know what I mean? I have a confession to make. So I got my. Outside for Shannon. 6 to shoot. Oh, he lost his footing. He gets down hard. Hit the back of his head, and he is down. It's a 5 on 4. That's a long ball, and it goes down for Alexander Walker. Outside.
Cute. Over the weekend, I did try to play some Save the World because I want that free skin, and I don't hate it. For my small brain, it's like low-key challenging. Like trying to understand the concept of what they're asking of me, and it's pretty complicated. Like my only request is to give us a little bit more instruction. For the people who just can't grasp it. I know Save the World's been around for a long time, and some people will be like, it's.
And right here is the way that I said. And this is where I saw that shadow figure. And it was walking back and forth and back and forth. It's really weird. I know this way one. It was very dense. It was very dark. see a lot of details with it, but it definitely appeared to be in this good shape. The next side is working like this edge of the pictures. And I was putting my camera and I happened to go over at my landlord's office. No idea where it went. All I knew is that I was scared out of my mind. There is a really special particular moment in Connie's case where this spirit is being punched by Connie, and he realizes that he can watch, that Connie can't. And so now there's here.
Paranormal activity is what's going on right now. Could the man in the window, but also the man that she saw in the hallway, be the same person? And if it is, it could be.
This disembodied wailing sound. Very I heard it wailing my name. It shook me. It just shook me to the core.
Friday nights, you bring your A game. Sunday walks, you bring your A game. Bring your A game to your sexual wellness, along with practicing safer sex. Include Apertude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of HIV. Apertude helps you in continuous protection when taken every other month. And it's proven superior to a once daily PrEP, reducing the risk of HIV. You must be HIV HIV testing, Apertude will help prevent other sexually transmitted If you really talk to your doctor, too.
pay attention here to the way that this spirit is calling Connie's name and how Connie is feeling after hearing this spirit call her name. It seems like this spirit is targeting Connie specifically. Why? What is the motive behind this? Friday. I was totally helpless. I didn't know what the limit was. I didn't know what this guy could possibly do to me, but I knew it was something good.
This entity has now put Tanya in a position where she can no longer exist, and she has to pay attention to.
People had asked me, why don't you just why? I'm like, I just want to go to the front of the building and have some sort of regret that this thing belongs to me. I reached out to a really good out of the blue, maybe decided to go angry, huh? And I just looked at her and said, I don't know what to do.
Because of the fear. It knew that Connie was followed to manage the situation, that Connie wasn't doing by herself, that she was someone that could paralyze her because he wants to control her in the situation.
Being over things you find yourself in this building. You're stuck in this huge you don't have to be here. You don't have to do this. They said
Gotta give him a second. I have my lighter on me.
she said, this angry spirit was actually after my landlord.
The spirit standing in front of the landlord's office.
So simple, it's so easy. It's like I'm unlocking weapons, but I'm not really. I'm like unlocking a blueprint to the weapon, which means I have to craft it. How do I get those materials? For people who are just now coming in, who are trying to like it or give it a chance, or even just find it for the skin, it's a little overwhelming. Over the weekend, sweet not getting this.
I'm pretty sure by now you guys have heard the news that Robert Carradine has passed away at the age of 71 after a long struggle with bipolar disorder. God. This is dope.
I'm about to put you all in a secret sauce section.
It's not that cold. Let's go.
Hey Siri, unsafe temperature to cancel practice.
Coach, is it wet out there? No, I'm not using my ball. I'm good. Well, it's only 35. It's warm out here, Coach. Stop that.
Let's make my.
Do y'all smell that? The head honcho at DC Studios, James Francisco Jr., is cooking here because we just got our first set photo for Man of Tomorrow, the follow-up to Superman in the first big crossover event in the...
It felt a lot lighter. It felt more welcoming, but I never mentioned any of this to my landlord. I definitely feel compassion for this spirit because of what he was caught up in. I have no clue how much time. This angry spirit, he was such a human. He was so caught up in everything he had gone through, even after his passing. This whole experience made me more compassionate to people. So I think that it made me very close to understanding. So I really try to see all of the good things in the situation.
Be a former staffer. I don't know if I died. I don't know. I would see myself as people who are expert side, but you're also in the spiritual realm. That's sort of not just The case of Deadwood Middleton is one of the most intriguing cases that I've ever researched. It has spanned many decades.
In my bedroom, I should have been child for black and white TV, that was our first TV, and addressing typical static. saw something that would never be able to shake. Something else. I woke up to see like some type of strange smoke. Strangely like moving around. I realized this cloud smoke was beginning to form and shape. And when I touched it, it fully took form. It didn't have to. That's how it was built for anything else. I decided to touch it against this it just faded away with this finger.
As a paranormal researcher, whenever there is a case that involves children, I really listen to them. Because after you talk to them, you're like, you know what? Imagine the writer actually settle this type of thing. Sometimes darker spirits will come in as a dark bat or dark hidden dark ball. So that is what Deja's encountered, which immediately let me know that this was something darker.
Being someone with a child and seeing something like this, I was confused about how to approach my mom and dad about it, or even my older sister. I decided to keep it to myself because I didn't know what I was telling them. My mom was on the phone like always every Saturday, and I would play with my toys down here. Saturday, I played this. Got an eyesight from my mother. And at night, she was my father. And it first off, I guess I was going reactions of concern and belief. I can see it across the face. That's
Someone like that trauma in the brain. Just trying to show that he can absolutely make it interesting.
it was an attack. What it wanted at 7, I didn't know yet.
I just knew it.
DC Universe. Do y'all smell that? The head honcho with DC Studios, James Francisco Jr., is cooking here because we just got our first set photo for Man of Tomorrow, the follow-up to Superman, and the first big crossover event in the DC Universe. And all I gotta say is this shit looks so good because not only did we get our first official look at the logo for Man of Tomorrow, and it's perfect. Yeah.
In Rockland County, there was a mental institution called Letchworth Village. It was actually opened in 1911. There was so much abuse, terrible conditions, people dying. And then knowing that there were so many children that had perished there. And so I wonder, with all the years, the history of that location, could this be a former staff member who spent his entire life abusing children and is continuing to do this in the afterlife?
I took the incident and placed it deep down inside, and I didn't think about it anymore. I went on with my day-to-day life, and everything seemed like it was going back to normal. So about a year passed by, and that's when this thing came back again. This entity has a certain energy to it. It feels like someone's staring at you in the crowd.
You don't have to settle for just one delicious dish at Olive Garden. Buy one, take one is here, starting at just $14.99. But time is running out, so come enjoy the favorites you crave today and take another home for tomorrow while you still can.
It was the universally loved, and still completely ignored by your cat. Introducing Sheba, ignored to adore. Get their love in 12 days, guaranteed of your money back.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Sky Rizzy, I'm showing off my clear skin. With Sky Rizzy, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And most people were clearer even at 5 years. Don't use allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur before treatment can check. Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Sky Rizzy today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It was far more angrier and violent. It was pushing on me, aggressively trying to pin me down, and I was paralyzed. I couldn't move. I could feel it like it was trying to push me through my mattress. This entity was so dark, like its body shape. This time I can't see through it. You're just looking deep into dark black mass. Even though you can see the black figure, but you can't actually physically touch it, was more frightening than me dying. I said, get the F up off me. I could feel it lighten up, and just like that, it was gone.
When a person is fighting back a spirit, it depends on what their mindset is. So if you have control over the situation, if you have control over what's happening, the spirit will feel that and they will back off. Anger and fear are potential energy sources for paranormal activity.
Between the ages of 7 and 18, I encountered this entity on several different occasions. And each time it came back stronger, more aggressive. I felt like it was tracking me at times.
There's way too many personal attacks towards Dedrick to think that it's with a mental institution. I can't imagine a spirit from Legendary Village wanting to focus that much on Dedrick, so it has to be something else.
I felt like this entity was trying to be, it's like it didn't want me going forward somewhere. And it wanted me to be weakened where I was. That's when I remember something I heard in my house. Growing up, I heard from my uncle and aunts a whole lot about our culture, which is called Gullah Geechee culture. Gullah Geechee is a group of people, the oldest group of blacks in America. We have our own language, our own folklore, our own way of praying, and our own way of seeing the spiritual.
Geechee is actually in my lineage on my mother's side. Geechee people are descendants from West Africa and were brought over to be enslaved. And they are very spiritual people.
Well, the Gullah culture, they talk about both stuff in the church. And we have this thing we call the hat. We don't see the people move. And they say slide under the skin, you get right, right. And to be gets on top of it, they had you pinned down and the elders called it fire.
Similar to a vampire, but instead of the half wanting the blood, they actually want your breath, ability, energy. It allows them to manifest themselves, become bigger and powerful. So now I'm wondering, is Dedrick onto something? Is this a manifestation of the hag?
I really feel like it was great. My dad starts explaining to me more about the hat. I asked my father, have you even seen it? And he said he's seen it one time in our home. And that's why I thought hard to get my college. When I turned 19, that's what I did.
As soon as I look forward,
That's when all the stuff with the hag has stopped. I went upstate in the Catskill Mountains. That's roughly about 2.5 hours away from my home. I'm a college student. I'm enjoying my life now. Times are great. Days are really good for me. I'm laying in my bed and with my bed. I saw it like a couple of months. I could feel this energy, like it's hard. And I'm looking, what is that? It never left me. It was waiting for the perfect opportunity to attack and try to bring me down.
Are you happily married?
Like the beginning.
and that was pain that I take for all of us.
Many people say that you shouldn't be looking for the right person. That's the wrong person.
You've been always feeling overwhelmed and out. How we got now the most powerful center on the X-Wing platform. A team of AI agents who tackle jobs for you. Morning, payroll's ready. Discover new leads. Get trusted experts. I'm here with you. Bring solve problems with you. With the right team and the right tools, they can help anything that's only your business can help to it. Then into it quick, folks. Here's my door. I have to do you can come back stronger if you came back again. It's here. It's following. It's wrestling with me. It's pulling me. Now. I jump up. I take off running the townhouse. I just put 2 steps to get me up the staircase to my living steps. See that I'm upset. They was walking through my room. They checking the bed, they checking the window. They didn't see anything. The whole thing scared me so bad. Desmond's attempt to fight back is actually speaking the spirit. The spirit loves fear. Our spirit loves it. Oh, he feels like he's gonna take control of him. Come now. That's not me. Because this is what's after Benjamin. The hag is a part of the Fiji culture, which I know is a part of his life. However, this is seen as more of a female type of spirit, whereas when Desmond is singing, the way people talk. What I was doing was something disturbing. That was it. And it's following me. City to city, town to town, home to home, and I'm tired of it. Why is this thing following me? What does it want from me? And why are they coming back stronger and stronger?
There are spirits out there that will track people their entire lives, and I'm actually shocked with this particular case because I don't think I've seen it yet with an African American person. It's very rare, so to me, there's something different. There's something deeper here where I really want to uncover who the spirit is and why it feels so attached and genuine.
I'm getting addicted to my family past. That's when I found out that he was from the Caribbean island of Haiti, so he came on here as a free black man. Haiti the first black country. It's error. Turn around, me, confident. Him having this property in his land. I think it was like reputation was not the greatest. He was not just being for this movie. Anybody that had a problem with it too. Not that he was bad. That's very and some talent came up and I down the stars. So many of the talent, not just the Black American population, but some talent in him too. They started to get a little weird back on his property. He started seeing images of him walking around.
I got you.
Ah, what's up, y'all?
Started putting together.
The New Orleans Saints didn't just improve this offseason, they flipped the entire script. What looked like a team stuck in the middle just weeks ago now feels like a real contender heading into year 2 under Kellen Moore. I'm Nate Burton. Right close. Why are you putting ice on it? People be sleeping on fish box. Probably wouldn't be. Okay. Southern South getting auto school coming down in a different color wheel. Need your birthday. You might want to take a flick. Call the jazz. Tell them about the